now that Jamie actually can't hear us, are we back on the branch?
I think so.
Oh, okay.
Things have been adjusted around. She will hopefully hear us less because in silent sections she can hear us fairly easily.
Yes, it turns out Silent Hill is a very quiet place.
Who would have thought? We'll just name our
And just as we say that,
totem
now
town.
there's ominous background staticky noise.
Well, it's just like the Starship Enterprise, like going past, and
Yeah, right.
it's like the engine white noise.
Okay.
And Jamie's drunk. She's hiccuping. I don't think I've ever, like, as much as I've heard that, like, played out as a kid, like, drunk people always, like, hiccuping and, like, doing stuff like that. I don't think I've ever seen a drunk person hiccup.
I think it's going to depend on what they get drunk off of and how quickly they get themselves drunk and just how drunk they get.
I've just never seen a drunk person hiccup.
I think my girlfriend hiccups sometimes when she's drunk. Yeah, shoot the hell out of that bridge.
Yeah, you take that darkness.
Take that bridge. I don't know. I think I've only been around you guys when she's been drunk, like, maybe once or twice, and I don't know. I tend to start, like, ignoring people when they get drunk.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's not like I'm trying to be, like, rude to them. It's just, you know, dealing with drunk people is the worst.
Did you see her juke the shit out of that staircase?
Staircase was coming right for her.
Yeah.
Get in there.
Giggity.
Oh, hey, what's this?
And hey, look, there's another Bill Skin's Fifth
Yes.
newspaper sitting on the table.
A what?
Newspaper from Silence of the Lambs. Reference, Easter egg.
Ah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, I believe I remember you mentioning that.
Yep.
Ooh. I'm glad I walked this way.
You kind of have to.
It's the only way to get to the control room.
That's right. She has to use the controls and
Make sure
use
I'm
the
not
key.
missing anything.
I like how she actually made the character like turn from side to side a little bit, like making.
Let
it
me
like,
look around.
Yeah, like Harry actually looked around.
Not just Jamie looking around with, like, whatever.
Really gonna make me use the damn key?
Yes.
Well, this is a puzzle. This isn't just unlocking a door. This is a puzzle.
This sounds like fun.
The machinery is... Yes! Press all the buttons!
Little did you know,
And there goes the bridge.
now the bridge has killed like 20 people on the other side. The boat that was passing under is now broken.
That's-
Yes, that was clearly
Sound
the
of the
sound that we
eldritch
were
horror
hearing
I
in the
just
background.
unleashed.
Was the boat going under. And now Jamie
Now
has
it's
to-
You know
sunk.
what?
And now
We'll
let
go
Jamie
ahead and,
increment her save count.
Because she can't commit to one save file. We have to bounce between two.
You know, that's always a good idea in a survival horror game. Because one of the characteristics of survival horror, which we were just talking about, I think, in the last episode, is you can put yourself in unwinnable situations. So
Depending on the game.
by poorly managing...
give me
Well, no,
one
I would say that a hallmark of actual survival horror is that you can, by poorly managing your resources
What-
and inventory...
What do you... Oh. You didn't actually plug in the sound. Good job, Jamie.
By poorly managing your resources and inventory, you can
we
actually put
go.
yourself into basically unwinnable positions. Like, imagine getting into a boss fight and having no ammunition and no healing.
Holy
items.
shit, that's loud.
Well, you gotta deal with it.
What the
I mean,
fuck am I dealing
You
with?
know, Silent Hill at least gives you, and Resident Evil did as well, you know, gives you a melee weapon. So hypothetically, you know, you can
Every
always...
situation is winnable.
Yeah,
It's just how
hypothetically...
hard.
Right, hypothetically, you can beat the entire game with just the knife. Right?
Well,
Although-
what
I
about
have a
that
question,
one last boss, though? That
I have a
Jamie
question.
did?
I don't know if y'all can hear me.
Yes, Jamie, we can
Why
easily...
the fuck was this this drawbridge thing up if the drawbridge was up? You'd think that would be down if the drawbridge was up
Good question, Jamie.
to prevent
because
cars
abandoned
from, you know,
haunted,
like
because
driving
abandoned
over-
haunted town, Jamie. That's why.
hey, it's a door.
ghosts did it.
It is fucking dark in here.
Maybe should
You
turn
do
your
have a flashlight.
On.
What
Yeah, I
were
want it
what were we
on.
saying, though?
It says on.
Oh, so, like, how would you be able to do that last boss? Where you have
You
to
would just
shoot
have
in
to
the-
stand in front of its face and slash at it with the knife and then run away before it eats you.
Mm.
And you'd have to go back and do that like 20 times or whatever.
Aw. Lame. Okay, what
This
the fuck
also
is with
is
this
a New
ominous
Game
ass
Plus
motherfucking
item.
music here?
In New Game Plus, you can actually get a canteen and fill it with gasoline, and then pick this up as a weapon. People have also speculated in the past that so when she gets to the hospital, there's going to be an ambulance parked outside of the hospital, and I think Harry will comment on how like it's out of gas as well, or something like that.
Right.
And people commented, or used to speculate that there was a secret hidden ending of the game where Harry gets the keys to the ambulance, or hotwires it or something, and can fill
Has
the
the
gas
gas.
canister up and take it to the ambulance, and then drive out of the hospital and leave town. It's not true. There's, as far as anyone knows,
That's one
no
of those
such
like my
ending.
uncle works at Nintendo and he said that blank.
No, it was just a speculation thing that, you know, spread around the rumor mill just because those items exist in the game.
Yeah. But like you know what I'm saying though, right? Like it's that kind of like
I am a paranoid motherfucker.
Well,
I
because-
am walking
it's like the
oddly,
what was one of those weird ones like that?
very oddly.
What, a weird rumor that turned out
Yeah,
to
like-
be true?
That turned out to be not true.
Oh, I mean, there's
Like
all
in
kinds
games.
of them.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, there's like the Laura Croft nude code rumor, you know? There's stuff like that.
Yeah, but I
that
mean
has
like
been
the
going
stuff that
around
like
forever.
seems like it should be plausible, like getting the gas
one
into
of,
the ambulance.
one of
like
my
you
favorite
said.
ones was in Final Fantasy VII. You know, people would hypothesize that there was a way to, originally supposed to be a way to save
Aerith.
Aerith, however the heck you're supposed to pronounce
I
it.
don't remember. What
So when you get to the Northern Cavern, there's like this little vine thing that you can climb up to the mouth of a cave, but you can't actually go into the cave, right? Like there's no warp point there to go to the next place.
Right.
And people have speculated that the original intent for that was that it would be like a
Okay,
shortcut
what the
to
fuck
take
am
you
I
to
looking
where
for?
Aerith is, and you can
Alchemelia
save her
Hospital.
from
That is
being
a
killed by
big fucking
Sephiroth.
hospital.
And that, you know, maybe it's like
I
only a
can go to
New
the
Game
police
Plus
station.
thing or something
Maybe
like that.
these ladies there.
But
I wonder.
as far as I know,
Post office.
it's completely untrue.
And-
But you know, maybe when Square re-releases the game
some little itty bitty
in
pink
episodic
building all
chunks,
the way
because
up
apparently
the
that's what they're
fucking
doing.
side.
Yeah.
Maybe they'll put that in. Who knows?
All right.
I'm
Probably not.
sort of
bottle.
hesitant to see how that's going to turn out because I was originally thinking that I was going to do that with John on the branch.
Oh,
What, the
fuck you.
original Final Fantasy
No,
VII or
the new remake thing because he hasn't played
Ow,
Final Fantasy
motherfucker.
VII.
Oh, it's gonna be
ever.
totally different.
I know.
They're going to use a real-time combat system
That's
that's
right,
similar
bitch.
to Final
I saw
Fantasy
you coming
15.
this time.
And I mean, yeah, it's going to be a totally different beast. And it's kind of a thing where it has
Ass
to be.
motherfucker,
Because
bitch.
I really don't know that you can directly translate
Yeah.
the game. Like, it's not that.
Well, it's
the-
because they're rebuilding the engine.
It's
they're
not that the
basically
combat-
rebuilding the game.
Yeah, it's not that the turn-based combat mechanics wouldn't work. It's, I think, a lot of the other like the mini games and like, you know, some of the world exploration mechanics and stuff like that. I don't think would translate very well into a modern, you know, game with modern, you know, visuals and modern control conventions. Oh, Jamie totally missed going to the police station. That's
Getting
too
to see the
bad.
hot police lady.
No, I think you get weapons and items and like a little bit of
Can I go in
backstory.
Well, maybe
the-
she'll make her way there.
In the police station, there's a I think she'll have to go there later anyway. But the police
Ooh,
station has a
kung
bunch of
fu.
documents spread around, like talking about like the police are investigating like a drug ring in town.
in
and,
this tiny town of how many people are supposed to be in Silent Hill?
I don't think that's ever revealed. But I mean, every game like adds more to the town.
Well, it's got to get bigger over the years.
Well, I mean, maybe not really.
Well,
Hell,
it-
Silent Hill
you
Downpour,
motherfucker.
like, put a whole nother metropolitan city on, like, the other side of a mountain with, like, a subway network
Son
like-
of a bitch.
out of nowhere. But in Downpour's defense, Silent Hill 2 added a whole extra half of this town on the other side of the lake.
Fuck it.
So, you know, it's not like that was
Check out the
entirely
police station
unprecedented
as
in the
this
history.
case.
It's just, I mean, at some point, you're
it's got to
really...
be past the point of absurdity.
Yeah, at some point, you really
I'm
aren't
gonna deal with your shit.
a small town anymore.
You're a town.
When you've got a
Just cars.
you know metropolitan downtown and a subway network, you know, you're really
you're not really a small town.
you're really
anymore.
flirting with that line of being a small town or not.
'Cause, I mean, it's like I kind of grew up with that. Like, I used to think.
Ah, shit!
I
What
used
the
to
fuck
think.
is that? Ah, get off me, motherfucker! Ah,
And Jamie was just raped by a monkey monster.
fuck you!
Get him, Shane. I used to think the town that I grew up in was like really super small, because
Die, you
I
piece
never
of
actually
shit
really
ass.
left the
What
town
the fuck are you?
part of the town.
Like the suburb.
Basically, yeah.
Can I
like,
go in here?
I don't know how familiar
Shit.
you are with cities on the East Coast.
He was ass raping
not
me.
terribly
Did you
familiar,
two
no.
see that? He got on top of me. I did not consent.
Mm-hmm.
Are you pregnant now, Jamie? With the,
I
with a
think
mo-
I'm butt pregnant.
with a monster monkey baby?
Monster baby butt pregnant. But
I think
yeah,
I'm
so
butt pregnant.
Well, we don't need to find Cheryl anymore now. I mean,
we got a new baby.
we're gonna have a baby monkey monster.
So
Yeah, because a
Hey,
police
look, a
station
place where it
just
actually
leaves
makes
the
sense
ammo
for
right
there to
at-
be ammunition sitting around.
I grew up around Jersey City.
Okay, come on, Harry. It's a fucking swing door.
It's closed. Can't go back there.
Ow.
You're not allowed.
Nope,
Who's this
and
handsome? What's that?
It
I
was
see something purple.
it's the mysterious purple box of
Always-
purple mysteries.
always in the back of my mind. It was a super small town because
Right.
it was blocks back east, or basically like 20 blocks to a mile. Like, it was very standardized because it's a very grid-like structure.
Mhm.
So it was about 60 blocks one way and then like 10 blocks the other way.
What's this?
So it was a really like small area. And I came to find out that
Product only.
it's just a small like suburb of actual Jersey City, which is this huge fucking like thing. It'd be like growing up only in like Summerlin in our area, or only growing up in like Sunrise or North Vegas.
Right.
Uh-huh.
And thinking that's the whole city.
And thinking that's the whole city because you're
Even
a
though
kid
it's
and
clearly
you don't-
not, because we can see the strip in downtown from those places.
Yeah, but I mean, like, imagine it's a lot more flat and
yeah,
less
right.
like on a
and
valley.
there's like these things called trees.
Yeah, there's a bunch of trees all over the place, but it was like, for me, like that 60th block that I never really went past, there was like this overpass that it was basically, you know, they scared it into me as a kid. It's like, you don't go past there ever,
Right.
Dun,
because that's what you do with kids.
Because that's where the monsters are.
I don't remember. It's just you
Okay, you
instill
know
this
what?
fear
I'm
in
gonna-
kids and just tell them, you know, you're not allowed to go there ever. And I was just not.
Police.
I wasn't curious enough at the time to be like, I'm gonna go there. That, and I was too young. Because we moved away from there when I was like 8. And then we moved here, and I was like,
in the cabinet.
Why do I get the feeling that this is going to be a nightmare zone?
we had moved here, and I was like, this place is huge.
Yeah. Well, Las Vegas is pretty sprawling now.
And even more
There's not
so in
there's
recent
not very
years.
well. There it's hitting a hard limit though, because it is surrounded by mountains and we've built all the way up to those mountains.
Well,
So there's a lot more vertical development starting to happen.
yeah. The way that I've looked at it, we
Fucking
built the
creepy
215
ass
Beltway,
motherfucker.
Right.
and now we're building the muffin top
Yeah. Yeah.
because Las Vegas is gonna get fat.
Yeah. If you ask me, it already is. I mean, our roads are already, over capacity, and they're always in a state of,
Disrepair.
well, no, of being constructed, being
Why
expanded,
is it still staticky?
and it's just never big enough. So
Now, do you mean like regular like city streets or like?
both. I mean, there's traffic cones all over the place, all the time, for months without any work actually being done.
Oh right, I remember joking about this once. It was I don't remember who it was with, but it was something to the tune of like Las Vegas, the largest
Where do I fucking
ongoing
need to- I need to
construction
go to the
project
hospital.
on your street ever.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Right, and
It's
the freeways are, I mean, like every year or two, right? They tear up the friggin' interchange from the 95 to the 15.
Well, this is supposed to be the
Did I
biggest one. They're
pass up?
not really going to do
Yeah,
much after.
so was
Motherfucking
the
passed
last
up the
one that they
freaking-
did. You know,
I don't even remember the last one that they did.
when I was in college,
Go on this
they tore the whole thing down,
Fucking
and they
course.
built that little ramp,
Mhm.
right? Because it used to just be, I don't know, it used to just be like one lane, right?
Yeah.
And then they built that they added those 3 exit lanes, you know, at like MLK and Rancho, where you can exit there,
Yeah.
or you can like there's those 3 lanes, right, that are all exits, and then there's the other 3 lanes on the other side that are through lanes through the spaghetti bowl. And I'm sure most of our listeners right now are just like, what the hell are you talking about this?
Yeah.
Um,
Well, it's actually kind of interesting, at least to me, because it was right around that time that they started doing that. It was after the fact of
Here.
one of my friend's mom actually died on that off ramp because someone ran into her.
I also got into a car accident. My first car accident was on that ramp during the construction.
I don't know if you remember that whole ordeal. I just remember just because I was, you know, really good friends with him at the time. I haven't really talked to him much lately.
At that point, I didn't
Feel like
know.
It was,
So.
well, I'm not saying knowing him, I'm just saying the situation. It was, if you recall it, the one where the lady, like, drove off and then, like, she claimed, like, amnesia or something of the event or something, and it was really kind of fucking...
I do not recall that. I remember the lady falling asleep and running over a bus stop for kids.
Get off my face, bitch.
Is that how we got the ghost babies?
You gonna sink down?
No.
You gonna bleed
What,
out?
in the game?
Yeah.
I ain't leaving until I see you bleed, bitch.
They killed him and then they
All
went
right.
into
I'm
the
talking
game.
about in real life.
Oh, okay. Because it's hard to tell where the game ends and the real life starts sometimes.
Because I am a dumbass and I went too far
What
the
is
first
Jamie
time I
talking
tried to go to
about?
the
I don't know.
hospital.
I don't know.
I've
Anyway,
lost track.
If you're a fan of horror or science fiction, or both, you may have noticed by now that all the street names in the city are named after horror authors.
Oh, are they?
Every single one of them.
Like which? Like, do you remember them all?
What the
offhand?
fuck was
Bradbury,
that?
Kuntz, Sagan, Crichton,
Which one was Bradbury?
Ray Bradbury. He's a short story writer.
Yeah, no shit.
I'm
The-
just trying.
Shit, shit.
Like the 50s or something like that.
Wasn't that like the Boxer Kid or
I
something?
think Ray Bradbury wrote Wrinkle, or not a Wrinkle,
Yeah, bad
Sound of
camera
Thunder,
fucking angles,
which is
motherfucking
the go back
pieces
in
of
time and
shit
step on the
ass.
butterfly.
The butterfly effect, essentially?
Yeah, I think that was Ray Bradbury.
I don't know. I'd look it up, but I'm running the timer on my phone.
Pretty sure. You know, Crichton was the...
Fahrenheit 451.
Thank you.
Yes, Ray Bradbury, I think also. That's like one of the few novels I think that he wrote. I've read most of the stories, but not the novels.
As if hospitals weren't fucking creepy enough.
All right, so how far in are we?
I mean, we
Okay.
still got a little bit to go.
I just
All
heard
right.
another motherfucking
So
gunshot.
if
What
you
the
got a topic
fuck?
you're like hankering to get into.
No,
totally
it's just the hospitals where things get really good.
Oh, like how good?
Like the first Silent Hill game has 2 gags that it plays on the player that are my favorite gags in the entire series, and they are both in the hospital.
Do I get to know about them, or are we gonna wait to see them? I think we should wait to see them, but
Cutscene.
Yeah,
that's Silent Hill. This guy's got that like off from the beginning.
yeah, sure.
Hi?
Hold it.
Jesus
Stop.
fucking Christ, what the crap? Harry, did you shut
not here to
here?
fight.
Did you just shit your pants?
You might
My
have.
name is Harry Mason. I'm in town on vacation.
Doctor's a horrible shot.
Thank God, another human being.
Do you work here?
I'm Dr. Michael Kaufman. I work at this hospital.
The dialogue.
So maybe you can
So
tell me what's
bad.
going on.
Well, because they're not actually talking.
I
to
really
the-
can't say.
The voice actors.
I was taking a nap in the staff room.
Yes,
When I woke up, it was like this.
Writing and
Everyone
acting
seems to
quality
have
in the
disappeared.
sequels like goes
Plot
up
twist.
considerably.
It's
They're
snowing
all
out
the monsters.
this time of
and
year.
you've been killing them.
Something's
Dun,
gone
dun,
seriously
dun.
wrong.
Well, what Jamie just said is actually pretty serious
Did you see those
speculation in a lot of
monsters?
Silent Hill fan communities.
What
Have
was
you
it?
ever seen such aberrations?
That all the monsters are people, and
Ever even heard of such things?
I don't particularly subscribe
You
to
and I
that,
both
but
know creatures like
interesting
that
theory.
don't
it's
exist.
it's a very popular one, very pervasive
Yeah.
one.
Man, just God, they're
Have you seen a little girl anywhere?
Fucking
character
come.
models.
I'm
are
looking
so
for my
weird.
daughter. She's only 7, short, black
Yeah, I
hair.
like to refer to a lot of the cutscenes
She's
and
missing.
dialogue in Silent Hill
I'm
as
sorry.
cardboard cutouts talking at each other.
But with all
Because
those
there's no
monsters around,
facial
I highly
animation,
doubt
there's
that she's-
very little body language. Silent Hill 2, though,
Sorry,
has
I
pretty
didn't mean to
spectacular, I think, motion capture
Your wife,
and
she's here
dialogue.
with you.
So bad.
She died 4 years ago.
A lot of
Now
people,
it's just me and my
criticize
daughter.
Silent Hill 2 for having bad voice acting,
I see.
and I think that
I'm
that's a
sorry.
misnomer because the Silent Hill 2
Where you
has
going?
it has
Well,
awkward
I'd better
voice
be
acting.
going.
Where are you going?
And the point is
I can't
to
just sit
convey a
around here
tone,
doing
because
nothing.
all of these characters are
So long.
damaged
Good luck out there.
and socially inept. and
Why
don't
is he
know
not
how to
asking where the
communicate
fuck he thinks he's going?
with people. And this comes across. Like, you feel uncomfortable and on edge when you're talking to another human being in Silent Hill 2 because they are all super fucked up.
Socially awkward or otherwise.
Right, and I think that it does such an excellent I can't believe that it's not deliberate. Right? Like, I don't think it's a mistake or a happy mistake. I think it was deliberate.
It was done intentionally.
Right. And it's to set a tone and it's to establish character, and it's very effective at doing
I
both
don't
of
know
those
which
things.
door I came in.
So I'm curious.
Okay, it's not
Are
that
the
one
Silent
because
Hill
there's
games
snow
made in
outside.
English first, or
Okay,
are they done?
I think I came
You know,
in that
I'm not
door.
sure. I think they do the original dialogue in English. I don't think it's translated,
Maybe?
and that's because they're about American characters and they hired English-speaking actors. So I think they probably originally wrote it in English and then
Because I'm wondering.
I think
if you'd
localized it.
I'm wondering if you would get that same conveyance in like
Why
the
is it all
Japanese
black?
version.
I don't know.
or-
I've never played Silent Hill 2 in Japanese, so I have
Okay.
no idea how it sounds.
So
And it
this
might.
is definitely
I'm,
not the way I came in.
I'm not even entirely sure if they had Japanese localization for it. They might have just had the English dialogue with Japanese subtitles,
Subtitles.
but they probably did have it in Japanese. But I don't know for sure. I never played the Japanese version of the game.
We would have to find someone that did. That's like a really interesting
Can't
thing to
change
think
camera
about.
angles. Okay.
But anyway, so I was talking about things that happen in the hospital, and
That's
I
fucking
really hope
nothing
that Jamie
useful in
can't
this
hear me
room,
right
huh?
now, because if she can hear me, this could totally ruin it for her.
We'll just say it quieter and.
We'll whisper.
Okay.
Whisper. We'll whisper walk?
Huh.
Okay. There's
We're
also a
good.
very important plot critical
Oh,
item
like
here
a thing
that,
that.
right,
you
I'm
might
taking
miss
that
that
first
affects
aid
the
kit.
endings.
This is a
Um,
map of the hospital. I'm taking that too.
And but the thing that I really like is
Okay.
is the
Mat
elevator
reception.
gag.
Okay.
So,
okay.
What's
Medicine
going to happen
room.
is there's 3
Let's go
floors
there.
to the hospital,
Right.
and you get into the elevator, and the second and third floors
Medicine
are
room,
locked.
medicine
Like, you
room.
can't leave like just
Medicine
the
room.
room where
You're on.
the elevator is. You can't leave the elevator lobby.
I think Amarith
And then you get back in the
Jason are
elevator.
conspiring against me.
And suddenly there's
Maybe.
a 4th floor
I
button,
can't be sure though.
and that floor leads straight into the other world.
Ah.
Here's a wondering. Where the fuck is the thing that was on the floor that he shot?
It was part of your imagination.
Harry Mason.
Ooh, that rhymes.
Sort of.
It's like a Rocky Horror Picture Show lyric.
I mean, come on. This is a medicine. It just said it's medicine room. Don't tell me there's not. Don't tell me there's not like fucking opium or shit in here.
You don't want opium. Shit's addictive.
Fucking opioids.
No, instead she just is going to drink other people's chocolate milk that they left on park benches. This is also a very important and significant piece of trivia from the game, is this newspaper clipping. In the American version of the game, there's a bug in which you cannot access that newspaper clipping.
Huh.
I think Japanese and European releases both came after the North American releases, and they fixed that bug, so you can find the newspaper clipping
Why does this
later
door
on
look
in
so
the
fucked up?
in the
level.
hospital.
Yeah.
And the newspaper clipping describes that there was a fire that happens in a house that was caused by a boiler explosion, and that document not being in the game in the North American version led to American fans believing that references to one of the characters being burned in a fire was like a deliberate ritual burning, as opposed to an accidental boiler
I
explosion.
don't like hospitals.
Huh.
In fact, I don't visit them. Doctor's office.
It looks like we're getting to the elevator
And this
soon.
doctor's office is a very important room. We'll see if Jamie can figure out the
does
little...
this have a thing?
Oh, is it? Yes, I believe it is the office that has the...
It's gonna be
Or,
another
no, or maybe
fucking
it's the
school
director's
situation
office. Never mind.
So I'm
Fucking
curious,
creepy ass little
is it just
babies
something
are
that she
running
has to pick
around.
up, or-
Yeah, but she needs to put
Or
two
Harry
pieces
Aitman.
together in order to pick it up. And it's the kind of thing that's
Yes.
really easy to
miss.
Why wasn't I look? Yeah, I don't eat crumble cakes.
Because I'm just trying to like guess at it. It's like, what two things could it be?
There's going to be a puddle of liquid on the floor.
You have to.
And she later in the
Okay.
like kitchen or whatever is going to find a plastic water bottle.
And she'll have to think about that.
Right. But if you go into the
See.
elevator and you get to the fourth
Gentlemen,
It killed.
I have called you all here
You
to
can't
discuss
go back.
how
And then
do
bad
we
ending.
kill Superman.
floor, and then you get one of the bad endings.
Maybe there's
So
something
that,
useful
that
written on the.
literally is the determining
on this
factor of good or
whiteboard.
bad ending.
If I'm remembering correctly,
There's a key.
yes,
I see a
that is-
key.
that determines good or bad ending. And then there's a thing that you can do at the very end of the game,
Better.
near the end of the
Why is
game,
this
that
key,
determines
like,
whether
blue?
whether you get the badder ending or the gooder ending.
Or the good bad or the bad bad.
Yeah, the good bad or the bad, or the
Oh,
bad
it's a
good or the
basement
good
key.
bad, or the bad
Still
good or
doesn't
the good
explain why
good.
it's bluish.
Yeah.
It's like
Greenish? A mint?
alignment
We'll
chart
call
on
it
D
mint.
and D. It's like the
Right.
corners.
And we might want to run this
We can run this one like
a
a
little bit
long
long so that we can.
Okay,
until
so
Jamie
I'll
has
return
gone past the point
to
of
my
no
right,
return.
go into the kitchen.
Oh, you do go to the kitchen first before you go to the director's office. Okay, so she should.
So maybe she
hopefully-
will
the
find
kitchen
it.
She
first.
should hopefully have the water bottle first.
Maybe.
Kitchen in the kitchen, crying in the bedroom all night. Oh, hey, I saw
Spooky
medicine.
music.
What is with the submarine sounds?
It does sound like submarine sonar.
Yeah.
What is
That-
trying
that-
to echolocate me?
That is probably what they use.
It's the monster in the fridge that's going to insta-kill her later in the game.
Damn, I was hoping for some spaghetti.
I think I
go,
see.
Go back and walk the other way. Walk the other way.
Well, was that it? The thing that I think that I thought I
Probably.
saw.
Go around the other side.
We'll see. Well, so long as she doesn't get in the thing.
What is this? What's this? What's this? Can't I see what it is?
I don't know. I kind of want her to miss it, like, you know.
I
Can I
don't,
steal a
because
spatula?
one of the things that I want to see is if she figures out how to use it later.
Oh, and that determines the gooder or
Oh,
badder.
No, she's not going to get it, is she?
I don't know. Give her a chance. We may find it. Because if she sees the thing, she may think, oh, maybe there was something that I missed.
I obviously am not the first person to be in this room.
No, you're not. Somebody looks like they were looking for something.
And now there's thumping in the pipes.
Yeah, that's just because they're old. They just like to knock.
And yeah, she's commenting on, the pretty exceptional audio design in this game that, little details like that make a
Yeah, I want to
significant
know
difference.
what the fuck exploded here.
A person.
Oh,
is that
the glass vial lies shattered. Great. That's just great.
And I don't remember, did she tell us she wanted me to tell her if she was going to miss this?
I think she said yes, she wanted you to tell her, so... We could pull her, we could walkies and find out. Or we could just like next time on the branch here and then come back and mysteriously know the answer.
No, let's see if she gets it.
Do you want to ultimately stop her before the elevator?
I don't like the fact that there are submarine noises with thumping and...
Because I don't think she's going to put it together.
The director was up to
And
some
the elevator's
shit.
right there.
Unlikely.
So, your call.
I wonder if I can go back out real quick and then pop back in. Ooh, hey, soda machine.
Yes, because that's what you need right now.
Damn it!
How about a cold one?
Aww!
Yes. Cold.
Okay, well, we're entering the time
Make sure I'm
of
not
no
missing
going
anything.
back.
Well, she still has to go to the basement first, I think, to turn the
The elevator on.
on.
I think I need to go back, because I do need to unlock that door if it is unlocked, because I didn't go through that one door.
I don't know what she's talking
So,
about.
which door am I going through?
I'm not quite sure what she's talking about either.
Okay. Turn around. Yeah,
She
there we
might have
go.
just like seen something that
Aha.
she thought she saw.
So not through this door. Through
Yeah, she is
this
being
door?
very methodical.
Ha!
But about the wrong thing.
Yeah, hopefully she re-examines the kitchen.
Still don't like the fucking submarine sounds.
Pretty sure this door's going to be locked anyway.
Okay, I want the examination room. Exit this one.
Wasn't she already in the examination room?
I don't think so.
It's like, can we not? Okay. Then, how the fuck am I supposed to get to those stairs? And those bathrooms?
Maybe you just don't.
Harry's gotta pee!
Well, clearly you get to it from the other side.
I'd probably have to pee at this point, too. But he did have access to the bathrooms in the school, so clearly he went then.
Yeah, he must have. Because, I mean, just take like a couple minutes while the screen's black and...
Right. During the loading screen.
just leave a leak.
Mm-hmm.
Because you don't take one, you leave it.
Exactly. How are we doing on time?
Anytime, really. That's why I said it's like we're really starting to come up on the point where it's like, do you ask her?
So I have to go down first. Okay.
I mean, we can basically cut any time. Like, we could cut, like, here and it'd be fine.
All right, yeah. Let's maybe cut here.
Okay. And we'll pick back up tomorrow with,
Walkies?
Next time on the branch.
Oh.
with whether Jamie decides to learn the thing or not. And next time.
Walkies?
Walkies.
Walkies!